when you face this, you've gone against the Seattle defense a number of times since you played for the Cowboys. How different do they look now with the names have changed, but are they still the same, or are they doing things different?
Yeah, I think at their base, kind of at the core, they're kind of the same, but there's definitely some new wrinkles this year than we've seen in the past. Obviously, the addition of Adams kind of allows them to do some different things, kind of all across at every position. But their bell cows are still there, Wright and Wagner, Reed there in the middle, and then some other D linemen they got that played the last couple of years. But definitely some new wrinkles than what we've seen the last couple.
Zach, what is one of the things that impresses you the most about Ezekiel Elliott when you watch him work?
I think it's just his ability to make an impact on every snap. I think we saw that on Sunday. He's obviously running the ball, catching the ball in the backfield, but when you watch the tape, he's doing a lot more. He did a great job of protection, not only with his man, but also giving some help. A couple times to our tackles, he came up and cracked the DN. And, not only is that, set the tone physically for us, but it also helps our guys out on the edge a ton.
You're a veteran guy, obviously. When you see those young tackles out there, what are your impressions of them? Like, are you talking to them, between series and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think those guys are very level-headed, and they do things the right way. They come to work, they prepare the right way, they prepare like they're going to play, and then when it comes to game day, they're ready to go. And super proud of those two guys. Obviously, Terence, with his second start of his career, is continuing to grow, and then Brandon Knight stepping in there and doing a really nice job there at left tackle for us. So I think it speaks volumes to Coach Philbin, Coach Blasco, getting those guys ready, approaching practice every day like it's a game, and it's difficult sometimes when you don't have the same lineup, but we were able last week to get all those reps with those guys, and I think it paid off for them.
Zach, it looked a little shaky early in the game, and maybe it looked like you guys.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. It looked like you guys might lean on trying to get the ball out of Dak's hands quickly, but it seemed like as the game went on, you were more comfortable. Dak was spending time in the pocket. You all were getting it down the field. Did you feel like, as a unit on the line, that things kind of came together as the game went along?
Yeah, I think we definitely settled in there. Obviously, it's not the start we ever want to be a part of, but proud of everyone on the team for sticking with it, for keep fighting, and like you said, I think we settled in. We knew, we hit some big shot plays in the second half, which was big for us to kind of stay into a regular rhythm on offense. We didn't necessarily have to go, 5 wide and throw it every play. We hit some big shots to get us down the field and kind of settle back into a groove.
What's the challenge for you guys up front when you go hurry up?
I think the biggest thing is just communication. We're moving fast is an advantage. The defense can't get set up, but we still have a lot of communication that goes on at the line. We got to know who we're working to, what combinations are working to which guys. So the biggest thing for us is definitely communication, getting upset on the ball, getting a call out, and then getting ready to play.
Normally, Zach, it's the crowd when you guys talk about playing offense on the road and the big difference maker, especially up there in Seattle. But what are the other challenges of carrying an offense on the road, and how much better do you guys need to be? Obviously, look at the Rams, scored 17 points, struggled on third down, and even late last season you struggled on the road too. Yeah,
I think we just need to be confident. Like you said, there's not going to be the crowd noise that we're going to have to deal with, so we need to go out there and be confident, like it's a home game. The communication needs to be 100%, not dealing with that noise. That's got to be the utmost importance. And then obviously just staying in a rhythm, getting off to a fast start, and being able to stay into our rhythm on offense.
Does this feel to you like the most that the offensive line has been sort of in flux in the time that you've been here, or no?
I mean, definitely one of them. Unfortunately, we've had some injuries, but I think you've seen that across the entire league. Everyone's dealing with injuries, and I think Coach McCarthy, that he hits that all the time, that it takes everyone on the team. It's not going to be the 22 guys starting at the beginning of the year that are going to take every snap. So I think these coaches do a great job of emphasizing that, and I think guys are preparing the right way to be ready to play when their number's called.
The Seahawks blitzed Jamal Adams a lot in week 1 and 2 to boost their pass rush. What makes him such a great pressure player?
Yeah, I just think he's super active. When you watch him on tape, he's going 100 miles an hour at all times. So he's definitely a guy you gotta find on every snap, see where he's at, and then be ready when the ball is snapped, because he's he's kind of all over the place, and he makes big plays. So we just have to be aware of where he's at pre-snap every play.
Hey, Zach, when you guys are in the huddle with Dak and you're down like you were for much of the game, what's his approach like? Is it different than situations where you guys are having success? Is that a calming influence for you guys in the huddle?
Yeah, I think Dak does a great job of just staying the same at all times. I mean, I think that's one of the most important things you can do as a football player and as a team. Never get too high, never get too low. And obviously, we were pretty low at the start of that game on Sunday, but I think everyone, with a sense of urgency, kept their poise and executed the best we could to finish that out. And obviously, going into Seattle, they're very talented, so we can't get down in a hole like that. We got to come out ready to go from the first snap and put together a full game.
Zach, what have you learned about Coach McCarthy in 2.5 regular season weeks from the start of training camp? Anything different? Anything stand out?
I think he does a nice job also of keeping his poise. Like I said, just because it just happened, using that as an example, the game there on Sunday obviously didn't start the way anyone thought it was going to, but I think he kept his poise, and that kind of spreads around the team, and so yeah.
Kind of dovetailing off that question, Zach, you had the big 4th and 3 in the opener, the couple of fake punts last week. Is there a sense that there might be a little bit more of that aggressive or gambling type nature with this staff than you've seen before in your time in the league?
Yeah, I think there is, but we spend a lot of time at practicing those things. We practice 4th downs. I'm not part of the punt team, but I'm sure our punt team practices those a ton. So those are all situations that we're prepared for and ready for, and we just need to do a better job executing in those critical situations.
He's talked to us a few times about just different numbers that he throws out, like 2.3 seconds is the average play. Are you going to defend longer, or when things break down for you guys after 2.3 seconds? Does he come with more like statistical or mathematical stuff than some people might think? Are there other examples, like he talked about the analysis that he gave to you guys heading into the season off your 3-0 start last year? How involved is he with the statistical process of what a football team goes through week to week, game to game? Yeah,
he puts all that in front of us, I think, for multiple reasons. Obviously, it shows up in the game. I know a couple weeks ago I talked about 2-minute drives and how important those are, and obviously those have come up in our first 2 weeks. I think also another reason he does it is just to continue to educate us on just football in general and what wins and loses games and kind of the trends around the league. So he does a nice job of putting those stats and kind of analytics in front of us to get us to think and have discussion about.
Last question, please.
Anything come to your mind or stand out more, like where you're like, wow, I didn't know that? I mean, obviously you knew 2-minute drills were important. You've been in a bunch of them in your first 6 years. So anything that kind of stood out among those stats that he's thrown your way?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I know 2 minutes important, but I think the stats of, if you can score before the half, get the ball back, and then get the ball at the start of the second half and score again, your percentages go up. There's a bunch of stuff. I know nothing's coming. That's kind of what comes to mind right now.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zach.